again, well sung there by the Cars, saying everything that we want to say. This is Caroline 558 broadcasting live from the international waters of the North Sea. Back once again for quite some considerable time this time round. We'll be together. Well, you knew that we wouldn't desert you for very long. We'd like to thank you all for your love and support. We wouldn't have been able to carry on without you, Dave Escher. He's here. What do you say?
And I say hello and welcome back. And don't forget to tell your friends that we're back on the air again. Obviously, when we go off the air in such a way, we get loads of publicity. I don't know if we'll have the same amount of publicity now. So do tell your friends that we're back on the air.
It's Richard Marks right here waiting for you.
Waiting for There's a chap who's been big in the States for a long, long time, and he's only just taking off over here. He's the new Barry Manilow, you know, Richard Marx, right here waiting. One of Caroline's favourite records from the top 40. Nest Pa? Oh, the poor thing, she's all nervous and everything. Well, I'd just like to say welcome back to Caroline. We are here to stay, and don't you forget it, all right? Kylie Minogue. Yes, it's happening now. Kylie Minogue from the top 40. And guess what? You knew already, yeah. She wouldn't change a thing. And wait now, if you've been waiting, wait no longer. Caroline 558 is back on the air. 12:29, the time she was doing the weather now, I suppose. No weather here, though. We'll just listen to the music. Pauline Black and the Selector on my radio. Just the same old show on my radio. You remember the Selector, part of this Scar two-tone thing from way back when, 1979, I think that one. And it's the same old show on my radio. Their lead singer Pauline Black now starring in a musical on stage. She's starring as Billie Holiday. A diverse woman indeed. Sounds just like the Whispers. Yes, I know. You remember the Solar record label? They had a few hits back in the early 80s, late 70s, and, well, that outfit were part of that. In case you wondered? No? Oh, never mind. 24 minutes to 1 o'clock. The weather still hasn't arrived. A little later than scheduled, I feel. Later than scheduled in TV Times, anyway. The Christians, as it is a Sunday, and they're born again. Caroline 558, back on the air. Don't forget to tell your friends. 19 minutes to 1 o'clock. The weather dull and damp today. A maximum temperature of 19 degrees. Winds are north-northeasterly and light. Sea of the Falls set is slight and the visibility is good. More teeny bopper tunes now, this time from Brother Beyond. And He Ain't No Competition. Boom, Mystify. And that's In Excess with the most recent hit from the album, Kick. It's about time they released a new album, isn't it? Come on, boys. Fingers out, if you please. Take a lesson from Spandau Ballet. Getting back to the days of slavery. Well, 1981, in fact, one of their first hit singles when they were new romantics. Work till you're muscle bound. Calm down, old boy, calm down. I'll give you a go if you have a shave, okay? Record for the final time. I thought, well, maybe it is the final time I'm playing this song, but no, it didn't turn out like that, did it? 5 weeks later, the song is still number one. Fabulous song. Black Box, all the way from Italy. And this is Right on Time. This is Radio Caroline. He would swear by his mouth almighty. No swearing on Sunday afternoon, if you please. Caroline 558 back on the air once again. Don't forget to tell your friends. I'm Dave Ashott with you through... Well, he's through when he's through, isn't he? Stick around for some great music all afternoon here on Caroline. This is Wet, Wet, Wet. Wishing I was lucky. How very true. Let's have some Beethoven, if you please. The Electric Light Orchestra. A song made famous by Chuck Berry back in the 50s. And their very own version. It was made especially for them, I really think. 1972. And this is Beethoven. If you don't mind, roll over. Queen, of course, and the Invisible Man. It's 14 minutes past 1 o'clock. Is a band who've been around for yonks and yonks and yonks now, but, well, they've only just recently received some success in this country. All the way from Austria. Ha ha ha! Yeah! Yellow! And this is The Race. Yellow and The Race from last year. Actually, there's a brilliant B-side on that single, and it's called I Love You, and that was a hit in Europe a few years ago. Really something special. I'll play that for you a little bit later on, okay? The little Bruce Springsteen, all the way from Canada, is Bryan Adams in the heat of the night. We've been to Canada with Bryan Adams and Austria with Yellow, and We've been to Scotland even with Wet, Wet, Wet. So I thought we'd go to Australia with that one from the movie Crocodile Dundee. That was mental as anything, and live it up. 1:30 on the nose, and the weather dull and damp today. Maximum temperature of 19 degrees centigrade. Winds are north-northeasterly, and light. Sea at the false head is slight. The visibility is good. You clean the windows a little bit. Here come the Dire Straits and the Walk of Life. On the air, and intends to stay that way for some considerable amount of time. Sunday afternoon, a good time to ring people up and tell them nothing much happening. Everybody's sitting at home with their feet up in front of the fire, so give somebody a ring now and tell them Caroline 558 is back. And this is Rainbow. I get the same old dreams. 90 minutes to 2 o'clock, and from the best, ain't nobody better. This is Inner City. Hello, Kim in Cambridge. You might like this. Just Gigolo. David Lee Ross and Just a Gigolo. I ain't got no body. Oh, you can be a gigolo when you ain't got no body. I don't really know, but there we go. That was especially for Kim in Cambridge. Oh, I'm not a gigolo, really. Give a guy a break, really. 11 minutes to 2 o'clock. It's Caroline 558, and this is Toto. Pollyanna. All over the world, Chrissie Hynde is acknowledged as being a sex symbol, but her own daughter reckons that her mother is so scruffy that she won't even go outside of the house with her. It's true. It's a true story. All this gossip, I don't make it up. No. Chrissie Hynde and the Pretenders, and a message of love. It's 3 minutes to 2 from Caroline 558, and one of my favourite songs around at the moment, this one from the Beatmasters, featuring Betty Boo, who's only 17 years old and still goes around the corner shops, especially for her mother whenever she's asked. No, fame has not affected her. No way. This is Hey DJ, I Can't Dance to the Music. On 558 kilohertz, this is Radio Caroline. Dave Asher through 3 this afternoon. Tom Petty, and no Heartbreakers. Whatever happened to his Heartbreakers? Whatever happened to him? He's cleared up a lot recently since the invention of the travelling Wilburys. He used to be in a permanent bad mood, didn't he? So happy. What happened to him? Caroline Martin is an authority on these things. Any ideas? No? 12 minutes past 2 o'clock. I've been trying to persuade Caroline Martin to say a few words on the air, but it's a little bit like trying to get blood out of a stone. Perhaps she'll oblige now. Come along, dear. Say something.
I'm obliging. I'm a very obliging person.
I know, very accommodating sort of person. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Caught up in the excitement of it all, or not?
Very much so.
Very much so.
In fact.
Isn't she, darling? She'll be along at 3 o'clock with more musical entertainment to tickle your fancy. These are the Boomtown Rats now. Baby, if I could turn back time. And let's share with her latest single release. And, well, I'm certainly looking forward to seeing the video of that one. She's usually a little bit raunchy. It's good fun stuff. 19 minutes past 2 o'clock now. One of my favourite songs here. And why ever not? Rose Royce getting back to 1979. 1979, that one. All my favourite records seem to come from 1979. Something about that year that was so good for music. It's 23 minutes past 2. Caroline 558. Another rave from the grave. Status Quo this time. And a song called Caroline. A true pop star, eh? Nick Kershaw from 1986, wasn't it? I think it was 6, maybe it was 5. Who knows? Such a long time ago. Whatever happened to Nick Kershaw? Locked away in some dungeon in Colchester, so we hear. It's that time again. Weather time, 2:30. Dull and damp today. A maximum temperature of 19 degrees. Winds are north-northeasterly and light. Sea at the falls head is slight, and the visibility is good. Remember this song here? Oh, just love it. August Darnell and his Coconuts. Kid Grail on the Coconuts. Stool Pigeon. That was FYC minus the lead vocals. As the lead singer with FYC, the Fine Young Cannibals, had a bit of an accident one day. He was coming out of the recording studios and a car ran over him. So the rest of the band got a little bit bored and decided to record that record as one man, a drum machine and a trumpet. I don't know if that's a true story or not. It's 2:40. Alison Williams. Feeling sleazy. I need your loving. Take that one out of there and put this one in here, and oh, it's all very technical. I just love it, this high-tech equipment. Oh, don't you? Whoop, we got Samantha Fox and This one recorded originally by Bolland and Bolland, two Dutchmen. And she took it and jazzed it up and they produced it for her. And it's called Love House. Possible.
Let's go.
Oh, I say it works. Yes, I've been told not to breathe too quickly. Might disturb the workings of the studio, so nice and easy does it, Dave. Nice easy tune too. This one from Swing Out Sister. Twilight Welch. 12 minutes to 3, Caroline, 558. Bros, and I Owe You Nothing from last summer, of course. I think the days of Bros being mega are nearly at an end. And their latest single, Chocolate in the Box, came into the top 40 at number 16. That's a bit low, isn't it? Usually number 2 is the best. Oh, I don't know. Right, 5 minutes to 3. I'll be back sometime. I'll see you then. And Caroline Martin is on the way after the Rolling Stones. Now, this is Hot Stuff. Have a nice afternoon this afternoon. Bye-bye.
On 558 kilohertz, this is Radio Caroline. We could be together for a while, well, for 3 hours at least. Caroline Martin with you until 6 o'clock this evening. Going to play a record now for a very special lady. Her name is Carol, and this comes with lots of love from Peter. He's mixing you a great deal. The Style Council, and You're the Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me. Caroline 558, and we have so many people to say hello to that I honestly don't believe we will do it in a month of Sundays, but we'll make a start. This is to a group of people that are very special to us out here. Dave Richards, Nigel Harris, Neil Gates, Chris Kennedy, Bruce Monroe, Andy Bradgate, Melanie MacArthur, and finally, but by no means least, Tony Kurtz. And what can I say, but I wish you were here, and for you this is New Order and True Faith. Sees a slight and the visibility is good. Fresh and exciting, calling the gang there. Caroline 558 playing you Europe's best music live from the North Sea. Before I go any further, I must just say hello to my mum and dad, Mandy, Charles and Ricky. We're having a whale of a time out here, Diz, so don't worry about me at all. 5-star now. We're all incredibly happy, as indeed we should be. Caroline Martin, it seems to be turning into the disco hour now. This is Curiosity Kills the Cat. On 558 kilohertz, this is Radio Caroline. 3 minutes after 4, say hello now to Furley, who's going past on the Olau Brittania. Hello, and thank you for the German issue rubber boots that you sent across. Very sensitive, I'm sure. Sweet child of mine. Hopefully not. For you, Furley. Guns N' Roses. Outbreakers.
Oh, you think so?
Well, I think you're wrong, boy. Johnny hates jazz. You're giving me shattered dreams. Now, don't go getting any ideas, Albert. It was merely a record. Actually, this one would probably have been more appropriate for you all. The Mission and Tower of Strength. You're listening to Caroline 558. Sunday afternoon, we're broadcasting live from the international waters of the North Sea. Oh, it's all good stuff. Team Hidney, 24 hours from Tulsa. It's 11 minutes in front of 5 o'clock. I'm Caroline Martin, and I'm off. Dave Asher is so excited about us going back on the air again that he wants to do the final hour tonight, so I'm going to let him. I'll leave you with Kylie Minogue. I wouldn't change a thing.
On 558 kilohertz, this is Radio Caroline. Welcome, the final hour of Caroline for this Sunday afternoon stroke evening. And Dave Asher with you until 6 o'clock when we close up the shop and say nighty-night, sleep tight, time for bed, children. Thanks to Caroline Martin. Gone for a lie down, the excitement of it all. It's too much, isn't it, really? Anyway, I'll be with you through 6. Got some great songs on, including this one of my favourites. Again, yes, a day of playing one's favourites. Quite in order, I think, after all this time. This is The Cure, that song they had back in the spring. This is Lullaby. The Cure, and 2 songs there. Robbie on the lead vocals, that was In Between Days, and a Lullaby. Over to the west coast of the USA for a bit of good old-fashioned rock and roll. The newly formed, reformed Doobie Brothers. Music is the Doctor. Well, I think if you were to cross China Grove, whoa, 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 with Long Train Running, you come up with Music is the Doctor. That's the latest by the Doobies, and here's the latest by the Rolling Stones, Mixed Emotions. 19 minutes past 5. Caroline 558, Dave Asher through 6, and this is Supertramp.
You're telling lies.
You've just come in from a day at the races, or the banger racing, or the potholing, or whatever it is you do on Sunday, and, well, you've just discovered us. Welcome back to Caroline 558. Don't forget to tell a friend that we're back on the air, okay? Tell a friend we're back to stay. 24 minutes past 5 o'clock now. Supertramp it was, and this is Thin Lizzy, waiting for an alibi.
Valentino got a boogie shot.
Oh, but Jesus, that's right. Thin Lizzy from Dublin City, ladies and gentlemen. Ho, ho. Thank you. I'm in a tizzy and a fluster, actually, this evening. Apparently some of my old wardrobe, yes, has been found downstairs with mould growing on it, so that's been discarded. Oh, dear me. We'll have the weather after this one. 5:31 on Caroline 558. And the weather tonight. Overcast with patchy rain, minimum temperature of 10 degrees, winds are northeasterly and light. See, the falsetto is slight and the visibility is good. And now, wow, wow, for your delight and delectation, The Call. They've been away for a good while now. This is their latest, hoping to make a smash into the charts. Let the day begin. 21 minutes to 6 o'clock now. Getting back to the boogie. Come on, yo. Donna Allen, rather dumpy lady, rather portly, one might say. Doesn't stop her moving, though. Here's a hit song she had not so long ago. This is called Serious. Artists united against apartheid, and I'm going to play Sun City, featuring a whole host of stars: African Bombata, Pat Benatar, Miles Davis, Nona Hendricks, Bob Geldof, Herbie Hancock, Darryl Hall, Lou Reed, David Ruffin, Run DMC. The list is endless. Absolutely amazing. That was a hit song back in 1985, as you probably remember. 12 minutes to 6. 12 minutes to go from Caroline this Sunday evening. Let me tell you more. What more can I tell you? Here we go for you now. This is Steve Arrington. He used to be the drummer with the band called Slave, who were hot property on the soul circuit about 10 years or so ago now. This is a solo song. It's called Dancing in the Key of Life. I wake up in the morning. Hey DJ, I can't dance to that music you're playing. Sorry about that, darling. The Beatmasters featuring Betty Boo, a child protege, apparently so we're told. I'd like to say good evening to Nigel, if Nigel's listening this evening. Good evening, Nigel. Should have got the message after all of that. Thank you. Right. And Emotion, I think this will be the last one for today. Getting back to the summer of 1985. Big hit song in the discos. Many's the time I played this in the disco. Oh, I played it so many times I really did get sick of it, but I think it's just about ready to be replayed right now. We'll wipe the dust off it, and here we go. Sex and Sleaze on the radio. And guess what? You're my obsession. And you're my obsession. Well, that's just about it for today. We'll be back on the air bright and early tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. So, let me say a very good evening, and best wishes from us all here on board the Ross Revenge. And don't forget to join us tomorrow morning bright and early at 6 o'clock. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Good morning, it's 2 minutes past 6 and welcome to Radio Caroline on this Monday morning, the 2nd of October, 1989. Ole, thank you. Los Lobos, and come on, let's go. Oh, are we ready? It's a little bit early, isn't it? Just 4 minutes past 6, and I'm Dave Asher with you through 9 o'clock this morning in the breakfast show from Caroline 558, Monday morning. Oh, how's your mood? Good? How do you do it? Monday morning, everybody hates them, don't they? Oh, at least I don't have to go too far to work. I'm here already without even trying. Pull out of your bed, into the studio, and away you go.
I can't get you off my mind.
Hello there.
I need your loving tonight.
Alison Williams, and I need your loving, not the kind of sound that's made to inspire you out of bed, but there we go. Lovely tune, nevertheless, 8 minutes past 6, and this is Pebbles. Pebbles, just like Janet Jackson, only not so famous. And if you want to ride in my Mercedes, boy, let me show you what you gotta do.
You are on one side and I'm on the other.
Yo, mama, I'm cooking funky baby cakes, yeah.
Whew. That song that came out the first time around last autumn. Now it's out again this autumn. Remixed by Norman Cook, the one and only Norman Cook. Who? Yeah, I know. Vanessa Williams, what a song and what a raver. Oh, love it. That's the right stuff. 19 minutes past 6 in the morning. Good morning. Here's Bryan Adams and Somebody.
Looking for someone.
Bryan Adams, and that's Somebody. He used to be known as the Little Bruce Springsteen. Although he's been pretty quiet of late, or maybe he's just been obscured from my ears by all this disco, house, soul, funk stuff. I don't know. 6:23 the time. Here's Rod Stewart. It's lovely.
I see lonely skies again.
Oh, wouldn't it be a wonderful world if everybody was that romantic all the time, eh? Thank you. I think we've heard enough. Oh, dear me. Can't keep a good man down, I suppose. All the way from Norway, of course, Europe and Carrie. And Rod Stewart with Every Beat of My Heart, talking about the Emerald Isle. I thought he was Scottish. What's going on? I don't know. Today's weather, cloudy with the odd shower, maybe. Some sun later on, if you're well-behaved. Maximum temperature 17 degrees today. Winds are northwesterly and light. Sea at the falls head is slight, and the visibility is good. Here he is. Makeup on already. Well done, Robbie. Amazing willpower. Robert Smith and The Cure. Heading back to 1985, In Between Days. Robert Smith and The Cure, and In Between Days. 24 minutes to 7 o'clock in the morning, Monday morning, Caroline 558. It's the 2nd of October, 1989. If you've just woken up and joined us and you're completely out of it, I've joined the club. I think I'm liable to nod off again before 9 o'clock, so if you hear a little silence, you'll know why. All right? Jolly good? Whilst you're waiting in the queue to get in the bathroom, yes, you can listen to this one here by Don Henley. All she wants to do is dance.
Picking up business.
Before I push up, I'll make her go see the doctor.
Go see the doctor. Cool Moody. Thank you very much, sir. The complaints have started coming in already. Sorry about that. 30 minutes to 7 in the morning. Duran Duran, 2 songs from them.
Don't mind.
Duran Duran and Notorious, and also I Don't Want Your Love. There's a lot of people around who think that Duran Duran should have broken up a long time ago. And that, well, they're really surplus to requirements these days. I think they're making better music now than they ever did ever before. I think I'm on my own, though. Keep it going, boys. We love it. Well, I say we, I mean me. Queen Victoria here, 6 minutes to 7 o'clock at Caroline 558. Back on the air, don't forget to tell a friend. Yes, thank you. Here's the Beatmasters featuring Betty Boo. Hey DJ, I can't dance to that music. I I can't dance to that music you're playing, hey DJ. Betty Boo and the Beatmasters. That's enough of all that funk and gyrating and... No. Something a little easier now. The Colour Field. Thinking of you.
I guess I kind of thought to know I ought to be thinking of you. Thinking of you.
On 558 kilohertz, this is Radio Caroline.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Oh, what do you know? As soon as you turn the microphone on, you do it, don't you? Excuse me. 7:30, yes. The weather today, cloudy with the odd shower, maybe some sun later on, and a maximum temperature expected of 17 degrees. Winds are northwesterly and light. Sea at the falls head is slight, and the visibility is good. Eddie Grant. Bit of a letdown to come out here after the Bahamas, isn't it? Yeah. Do you feel my love?
You left me with a problem.
Get to tell a friend or two, or maybe even three, that we're back on the air, and we're back to stay. All right. Taking things easy, Guns and Roses. And all you need is just a little patience. 17 minutes to 8, Eric Clapton, he shot the sheriff.
Hey! Listen up, y'all. This room's a mama. Hit it!
Thank you. A tribute to the soul stars of the 60s and early 70s. The ladies and gentlemen that influenced the Pasadenas. Here they are from last summer. This is called Tribute. Right on.
Hey, I wanna tell you a story.
Now stick your fingers up your nose and say, this is a test, this is a test. And you got a hit record. His LA mix.
Caroline Martin with you until 12 midday. His show now, and if I could turn back time.
If I could turn back time.
This is Caroline 558, Monday morning, live from the North Sea. Steve Winwood now, and Higher Love.
10:32. Today's weather, cloudy with the odd shower, maybe some sun later on. Maximum temperature of 17 degrees centigrade. Winds are northwesterly and light. Sea at the falls head is slight. The visibility is good. Alice Cooper it was, and Poison. It's 23 minutes to 11 o'clock this Monday morning. I'm Dave Asher with you until 12 o'clock, unfortunately. Caroline Martin feeling a little under the weather, a little green around the gills, so we'll be sticking around till 12, and then non-stop music through 3, and then I'll be back at 3 through 6. Caroline 558. It's all good fun stuff, you know. What is that song about? Stuffing turkeys in Albuquerque, or is it barbecues, or losing your girlfriend and being the queen bee? I'm not exactly sure. Strange words in that song. King of rock and roll and Prefab Sprout. Hello, I hear moaning. Yes? Daryl Hall and John Oates. Surely they don't have anything to complain about. Couple of millionaires still looking for everything their heart desires. On 558 kilohertz, this is Radio Caroline. Making Tony Hatch a millionaire all over again. They shouldn't be allowed to do things like that to those sort of songs, should they really? Downtown Petula Clark, the 88 remix, 9 minutes past 11 now. And it's 11's time. Yes, we'll take things easy for a few minutes anyway. And two nice easy tunes for you to sip on your coffee too and munch on your whatever. I shall gargle and belch as per usual with my Pepsi Cola. First of the easy ones, this one from Black. A song called Wonderful Life.
Here I go.
All aboard. First, please. Thank you, madam. Kate Bush and Cloud Busting. You remember that amazing video that went along with that song and that funny cloud busting machine that she had? Everybody marvelled at its technology. To me, it just looked like 3 tubers mounted on a wheelbarrow. But there we go. Don't be cynical, sorry. 19 minutes past 11, that was our coffee or tea or whatever break. All right, back to work now. And, well, Boogie Tunes, cuddling up to his teddy bear. This is Roachford. Hello, what's this? An invasion of street music, yes. Music of the streets. with a sense of humour too, which is quite unusual. Mrs. De La Soul is Say No Go, will you? Street music, maybe not up your street, but, well, it's up somebody's street somewhere. Say No Go, Darryl Hall and John Oates, and De La Soul, music with a message and a sense of humour at the same time. Pretty amazing stuff. If you ask me, 11:31 the weather today, cloudy with an odd shower or two, maybe some sun later on. It still hasn't arrived though, not looking too hopeful then. A maximum temperature of 17 degrees, winds are northwesterly and light, sea at the falls head is slight, and the visibility is good. Ah, this is dramatic stuff from Killing Joke. The song is called Love Like Blood. A cool tune indeed. Remember this one, 1974, it came out originally. I was moaning earlier on about remixes and things, and, well, they shouldn't be allowed to do it to these songs, but this one, it actually sounds better the second time around, I think. David Essex, all the way from Dagenham. Hey, rock on. Sun City, the Artists United Against Apartheid. And that'll just about do it from me. I'll be back at 3 this afternoon. Join me then. Between now and then, non-stop music. Have a nice afternoon, and see you soon. Bye-bye. When I'm sleeping. This is Caroline 558. Good afternoon, my dear. How are you? Say something.
Oh, hello. Not so good. All
Not
right.
so good. All right.
No, I'm not so good, but it's an all right afternoon.
Yes, thank you. Dr. Beat. I think I'm going to need some help from the doctor by the end of today. Oh, dear me. Dave Asher through 6 o'clock. Have I said that already this hour? I don't know. Can't remember. Seems like I've been here all day, actually. Seems like I've been here all day. I think I have been here all day, haven't I? Oh, yeah. Fine. Right. Cool of the Gang. This one from 1986. What a song. It's called Victory. In the Thousand Lies, or The Lies in 1,000 Eyes, or something like that. All very confusing. Have another drink, have another smoke. Heads down, no nonsense, boogie-woogie rock and roll, status quo, of course. 4 minutes to 6 o'clock, and that'll just about do it. Our final one for today, from Bobby Brown, Don't Be Cruel. Bobby Brown and Don't Be Cruel, and that'll just about do it for today. We'll be back on the air on 558 kilohertz tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. So join us for more programs from Radio Caroline. In the meantime, just remains for me, Dave Asher, to wish you a very pleasant evening on behalf of myself and everybody here on board the Ross Revenge. Bye-bye for now.
'Revolution,' baby. Get my words out right. Wendy James, she sure attracts a lot of attention, doesn't she? The last thing we heard, she was having a fling with Jason Donovan. Well, unlike some, I don't wish that I was in her shoes. Still, what Jason Donovan's got to do with this record, I don't know. Kid Creole and the Coconuts.
5 minutes to 6. Nearly time for us to go. Our last one today from Amen Corner. Bend Me, Shape Me. Amen Corner, that's Bend Me, Shape Me from 1968, and that's where we leave you for today. We'll be back on the air tomorrow morning, bright and early at 6 a.m., so do join us then. On behalf of everybody here on board the Ross Revenge and myself, Dave Asher, have a very pleasant evening. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. 13 minutes to 6 o'clock. Orchestral Manoeuvres in the Dark it was, from a long time ago, 1986 I think it was. I used to go to school with somebody who was really into OMD. His name was Jonathan. He went to the university in Kent. He's probably still there, so we'll say hello to him. Hello? You don't know me, do you? No, I thought not. That was a waste of time, wasn't it? Little Louis giving somebody a French kiss. And a little bit more, too. It's 5 minutes to 6. Here's our last one for today. And what a way to go out, eh? With a bit of a bang here. And why ever not? Oh, dear me. I wonder if they'll be on top of the pops tonight. Who is it? The London Boys and Harlem Desire. New York. It's always good to see them on top of the pops. They just don't care, do they? The London Boys, and that's Harlem Desire, and that's where we leave you for today. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. Caroline Martin will be here with you then. So from me, Dave Asher, and everybody here on board the Ross Revenge, have a nice evening this evening, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.
Just me and Caroline. Caroline.
2 minutes past 10. Good morning to you. Welcome to Radio Caroline on this Saturday morning, the 7th of October, 1989. Our apologies for the late start. Unfortunately, we've had a few technical things to clear up. We've been outside on deck, freezing to death, pulling things and tying knots and swearing most profusely. Onwards, ever onwards with the programme. Dave Asher through midday. Here's Tina Turner, and this is the best.
I call you.
Too high, too far, too soon, you saw the whole of the moon. And the Water Boys from 1986, I think so. Was it 6 or 5? Who knows? It's on the album This Is the Sea. Yes, I know, you don't have to remind me. Oh, smooth tunes. Also more smooth tunes later on. Got a mouthful of coffee. Yes, we'll have our coffee break at 11 o'clock. Our 11's is break, tea break. Whatever you like to take at 11. Perhaps your morning cigarette. Have a good cough. And that's happening at 11 o'clock. Meantime, Bobby Brown, his latest Rock With Ya.
Stopping and starting has all got something to do with the way that the ship rolls, so I can do nothing about it. So don't worry, it's all life, out here on the North Sea. The things we have to put up with. Caroline 558 is 22 minutes in front of 10 o'clock. Caroline Martin with you until 12, hopefully. Smokey Robinson now, Love Don't Give No Reason. In all my time on this ship, I've never been seasick, but they do say that there is a first time for everything, and I think that day might well be upon us. Caroline Martin, here with you until 12, 9:45 now, calling the gang. 4 minutes in front of 10, this is Caroline 558. We'll go up to 10 o'clock with the Rolling Stones, Mixed Emotions. A bit too rough for me this morning. We'll get on with the music and have plenty of that instead. This is New Order and Through Faith.
Love and good music, Radio Caroline.
It's Cadillac, and that's Modern Talking. It's 1:31. Radio Caroline on 558 kilohertz back on the air. Sorry about that break there. We had a few things to iron out. Only it's a bit windy for ironing on deck, so it took a little bit longer than it should have done. Anyway, the weather, cloudy or clouding over with further rain or drizzle later on. Top temperature 11 degrees. Winds are northerly and strong. Sea at the full set is rough, and the visibility is good. Here's Billy Joel. We didn't start the fire. 4 minutes to 2 now. If you one of the people that wrote to us just recently to extend your support to us, then I'll be saying hello to you maybe this afternoon. I've got loads and loads of letters here. Caroline was going to read them out this morning, but she didn't feel too well. I've got this little feeling in my stomach that I might go the same way. So if I do, then I won't read them out. But if I'm okay, then I'll read these letters out a little bit later on, okay then? Jean-Michel Jarre and Oxygen, Part 4. Yes, due to the weather conditions, I've had to put my Wellington boots on again, which means my feet are going to smell, and I'm going to have to wash my socks again. Really such a stressful life, isn't it? Getting back to the 60s, Herman's Hermit. The Eurythmics and a revival, also would I lie to you. It's 23 minutes past 2. Hello again. Yes, we're still on the Sunday afternoon request show here, and, well, we'd like to say hello to Stuart Wise. He lives in Newbury in Berkshire. He's one of these amateur radio people. He's got 73s and 88s and, oh dear me, all sorts of things all over this letter. Am I supposed to understand this? No, I don't think so. Thank you. Thank you anyway for the letter. Who else have we got here? Let's have a look. Oh, no, that's private and confidential, that one. Hello, what's this? Ooh, bit of hate mail for me. Oh, no, I think that's just about it for now. Which is probably just as well. I think my stomach has said, all it can take is Tavares. And a song called More Than a Woman. All right, if this was a TV station, you'd be adjusting the colour knob on your TV set at the moment. Oh dear, whiter than white, Dave Asher, and the weather, yes, cloudy with further rain or drizzle later on. Top temperature today, 11 degrees Celsius. Winds are northerly and strong. Sea at the full set is rough. Visibility is good. Alison Williams, I need your lovin'. 7 minutes to 3, Peter, Chicago at 3 o'clock, I'm very pleased to say. In the meantime, oh, it's Sonia. Can't forget you. Oh dear me. Could read a couple more requests out and say hello to people now, actually. Could do. Roy Balls, there's an interesting name. Hello to him. He lives in Lowestoft in Suffolk, and thanks for your letter and all your support. Who else have we got here? Another quick one. Yes, why not? Oh, John and Jenny Knight in Monkton, near Ramsgate. Hello to you. Hello, 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 hello. And Paul Jarvis, who lives in Hailsham in East Sussex. Hello to you as well. There we go. That'll do that. Right, thank you. Ah, Sonia, are you ready to go, dear? Going on tour tomorrow, she is. Obviously a bit distraught. I can't forget you. Oh, dear me. 3 minutes to 3 Peter Chicago on the way after Imagination and this one.
On 558 kilohertz, this is Radio Caroline. Well, very good afternoon from myself, Peter Chicago. It's 5 minutes past 3 on a rather stormy North Sea. This is Meatloaf and they're getting nowhere fast on Caroline 558. Sunday afternoon that we are out here on the North Sea. Music continues with Starship. And this track's called It's Not Enough, here on Caroline 558. Here are Wet, 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 and this is Sweet Surrender on Caroline 558. The weather for the Caroline 558 area, it's going to be cloudy, with some rain or drizzle, a maximum expected temperature of 11 degrees centigrade, and the winds are northerly and strong. The sea at the South Falls Head is rough, and the visibility is good. I think it's definitely calming down, which is quite good because all of us out here had a pretty disturbed night, myself included. It's impossible to sleep as you're sliding up and down the sheets. This is the Beatmasters. Hey, Mr. DJ, I can't dance the music you're playing. And the sea here at the falls, at the South Falls Head, is rough, but becoming, I think, moderate. The visibility at the moment is good. This is Radio Caroline. I'm Peter Chicago and I've enjoyed being with you for the last 3 hours. On behalf of all of us out here, the broadcast staff and the crew, I would like to wish you an enjoyable Sunday evening and to remind you that we return to the air at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning and we hope you can join us then. I couldn't resist it. Christaberg, of course, to round things off this evening, and a record I'll always associate with Caroline. It is, of course, Lady in Red. It's gone 6 o'clock, and that's the end of programmes from Caroline 558 for today. I'm Peter Chicago, and on behalf of the broadcast staff and the crew of the MV Ross Revenge, I bid you an enjoyable evening and a good night. Transmissions recommence at 6 a.m. I do hope you can join us then.
The confusion will end at 6 o'clock when we shut down. We'll make this our last record of tonight. It's the Pet Shop Boys and You're Always on My Mind. With the time approaching 6 o'clock, it's time to end broadcast from Caroline 558 for today. Transmissions resume at 6 a.m. and I hope you can join us then. But for now, on behalf of the captain, broadcast staff and the crew of the Ross Revenge, I wish you a very pleasant and peaceful good night.
A very good afternoon to all on board the customs or patrol boat that went by a few minutes ago, causing more than a brief flurry of excitement because we quite wrongly identified you as the Landwood. Anyway, if you are listening to us, as I say, a very good afternoon and a safe trip to wherever you're going. This is Roxette and Dressed for Success on Caroline 558. Well, at 5 minutes before 6, it's time for me, Peter Chicago, to wish you a very good afternoon and to take my leave of you. This is Deacon Blue and Love and Regret on Caroline 558. It's coming up to 6 o'clock. And the end of programmes from Caroline 558 for today. On behalf of the broadcast staff and crew of the MV Ross Revenge, I bid you a good evening. and a peaceful good night. Transmissions resume at 6 a.m. and I hope you can join us then.
On 558 kilohertz, this is Radio Caroline. 3. Kate Bush, and that is The Hounds of Love from the album called The Whole Story. 6 minutes away from midday on Caroline 558. That's just about it for myself, Nick Jackson. I'll be back with you again bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Whatever you're doing for the rest of today, make sure you do it well and stand by for Peter Chicago. He's on between 12 and 3. I'll leave you with Jelly Bean. This is Just a Mirage.
On 558 kilohertz, this is Radio Caroline. 6 minutes past 12 o'clock, and I'm Peter Chicago. I'll be with you for the next 3 hours. This is Alice Cooper, and Elected on Caroline 558. A sunny and somewhat stormy afternoon out here on the North Sea. This is Debbie Harry and Blondie and Union City Blue on Caroline 558. On 558 kilohertz, this is Radio Caroline. Right, at 5 minutes to 3, it's nearly time for me to take my leave of you, and Dave Asher will be along. The last 3 hours, you've been listening to Peter Chicago on Caroline 558.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Good afternoon, 6 minutes past 3, and that was Change and Change of Heart. Give me back all my love, I've had a change of heart. Thanks to Peter Chicago, Dave Asher, through 4 o'clock. No, not 4 o'clock, not 5 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock. We go for 3 hours. Here's Sabrina with her new single. Ah, the music that inspired a generation back in the 70s. You should be dancing, the Bee Gees from the movie Saturday Night Fever. I'm ever so glad that my mother never allowed me to wear flares, really. You look back at them now and they look so silly, don't they? It's 5:45 and here's Gloria Estefan. Oye mi canto.
Take me.
10 years ago or something like that, aren't they all? Loads of songs from the 70s on this afternoon. Only 8 minutes to go though. And, well, what a song this is. Recorded a long time ago, back in the 60s I think it was, originally by Al Green. Yes, that old soul master. And, well, it was done again in the 70s. Sorry about this, another 70s song, I know. This time by the Talking Heads on the album called More Songs About Buildings and Food. No, I don't know why they called it that, but you know that lot, they're a bit screwball. But there we go, this is good. It's called Take Me to the River. Well, they always say that pure genius is inspired by being a bit mental. I think that's the ideal case to illustrate that. The Talking Heads and the song Take Me to the River. Right, it's 3 and a wee bit before 6 o'clock. We say goodbye at 6 o'clock, and just before then, something to serenade you off to sleep. 6 o'clock on Saturday evening, maybe not. Wet, 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 and their latest, Sweet Surrender. At 6 o'clock, and well, that'll do it for today. We'll be back on the air tomorrow morning, bright and early at 6 o'clock with Caroline Martin. So do join us then. Have a nice Saturday evening, and join us again tomorrow, bright and early, 6 o'clock. Till then, from me, Dave Asher, and everybody here on board the Ross Revenge, a very good evening.
Thanks, Dave, for everything. You know what I mean by that. We'll play this one for you. It's the new single from Martika, the follow-up to Toy Soldiers. It's called I Feel the Earth Move. So different to Toy Soldiers, isn't it? Martika, from the album of the same name, and that is called I Feel the Earth Move. And the B-side to that's pretty good as well. 21 minutes after 10 o'clock, it's Caroline 558, waking you up with the very best in music. Taking you back to 1983 now, and this was a one-hit wonder for the Masonettes, Heartache Avenue. Sunday, October the 15th, Caroline 558, weather looks like this. Caroline 558, 15 minutes away from 11 o'clock. A very good morning to you if you've just joined us. Nick Jackson with you through until midday. This is brand new from Paul Johnson. It's called A Masquerade. And we're getting up bright and early at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Oh dear, doesn't bear thinking about, does it? Stand by for Peter Chicago. He's on between 12 and 3. And I shall leave you with the current single from Billy Joel. This is We Didn't Start the Fire. Have a great Sunday afternoon.
Good music for a bright and sunny Sunday afternoon, and we're really enjoying it out here on the North Sea. This is Third World. It's the same old song on Caroline 558.
Hope you enjoyed the programmes. There'll be more tomorrow. We open up the shop at 6 o'clock in the morning, so do join us again then. I'm Dave Asher. On behalf of myself and everybody here on board the Ross Revenge, have a very nice evening, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now. The Police and Message in a Bottle, and that's where we close the shop for today. We'll be reopening the shop tomorrow morning bright and early at 6 o'clock with Nick Jackson and the Breakfast Show, so I do hope you'll join us again then. Radio Caroline on 558 kilohertz, and from everybody here on board the Ross Revenge, including myself, Dave Asher, have a very good evening. See you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Deacon Blue and Love and Regret. 6 o'clock, and, well, that's where we leave you for today. We'll be back on the air, though, tomorrow morning, bright and early at 6 o'clock, and Nick Jackson will be with you for the Breakfast Show, so do join him. In the meantime, just remains for me to say have a very nice evening, and from everybody here on board the Ross Revenge, bye-bye for now. Do join us again tomorrow. Erasure, and that's called Stop, and that's where we stop for today. Do hope you enjoyed the programmes, and, well, I trust you'll join us again bright and early tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock when Nick Jackson hosts the Breakfast Show. So from myself, Dave Asher, and everybody here on board the Ross Revenge, it's a very good evening, and don't forget to join us again tomorrow morning at 6. Until then, bye-bye. The Seekers from 1965, and that's Georgie Girl. For years and years, I thought that record was called Geordie Girl. All about a Newcastle lass who'd spent far too long on the shelf and, well, had turned a bit frumpy, and the Seekers had come along to give her a new bit of life. But, well, no, turns out it's Georgie Girl. That's not nearly as much fun, is it? 5:13, driving home. Hello there, yes. Don't worry. If you're bored with your work, I mean, you'll get your wad tomorrow. It makes it all worth it, doesn't it? We've got some great songs to get you home, like this one from Billy Joel, his latest single, We Didn't Start the Fire. 19 minutes past 5, and now, yes, it's Twin Spin time. Twin Spin. And Tina Turner, 2 songs from her. We start off with The Best. As it's 2 minutes to 6, and that's where we leave you for today. We'll be back on the air bright and early at 6 in the morning with Nick Jackson and the Breakfast Show. But for the time being, we'd like to say bye-bye. I'm Dave Asher, and on behalf of myself and everybody here, I'd like to say have a very pleasant evening, and don't forget to join us bright and early tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Until then, bye for now.
On Caroline 558. Good morning, coming up 16 minutes away from 8 o'clock. And, well, we're being thrown around all over the place out here this morning. What a horrible day. And, well, according to John Ketley on the TV last night, we're in for quite a few days of bad weather. Not very nice. But the music always is on Caroline 558. Here come the specials. A song called Ghost Town.
Jackson Browne from 1978, and that's today at 6 o'clock. Unfortunately, we can't stay. We've got to go, but we'll be back on the air tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, so do join us then. From a very rough sort of North Sea, this is Dave Asher, and everybody here on board the Ross Revenge, home of Radio Caroline, bidding you a very good evening, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Till then, bye-bye.
Just me and Caroline.
On 558 kilohertz, this is Radio Caroline.
Little girl, big string, printed in a magazine.
On 558 kilohertz, this is Radio Caroline. Right, well, that's it. We're back. Just about catching my breath. Sorry for the interruption. The time is 4:25. You are tuned to Caroline. And music continues now with Sonia. And I can't forget you. I don't think I'm going to forget this program in a hurry. Music now from Sonia. Caroline laughing in the background as it ran out on me. I don't think it's funny. This is the Human League, and I don't know. What's this one called?
Human, isn't it?
It's called Human. On Caroline 558. Just coming up to 6 o'clock, and this is time for us to take our leave of you. On behalf of the broadcast staff and the crew of the MV Ross Revenge, I would like to wish you a very good evening and a peaceful good night. And we'll be back on the air at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we hope you can join us then.
Every time I come on the air, practically, we go off the air again. Sorry about that. Sorry, that transmitter just doesn't like me. Something about the music I play or maybe what I say. I'll be gentle and sweet to the transmitter all the way till 6 o'clock, okay then? Keep it in a good mood. The weather tonight, not too bad. This shouldn't upset him too much. Overnight it'll be mainly dry, though rain is moving slowly southwards. A minimum temperature expected of 9 degrees Celsius. Winds are westerly and moderate. Sea at the Falls Head is moderate, and the visibility is good. The old Fleetwood Mac song, Oh Well. This time by Oh Well. Now, I've mentioned the Twin Spin jingle before, and I've never played it, and now you know why. Oh, dear me. Twin Spin. Fleetwood Mac it was, from Rumours, Go Your Own Way, and Don't Stop. 28 minutes past 5, I think we'd better return back to normality now. Here we go. Oh, Sonia! How wonderful it is to hear you, dear. I can't forget you. Bomb the bass, and that's Beat Dis. And it's 6 o'clock exactly. Time for us to leave you for today. We'll be back on the air, though, tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. So do join us then. From me, Dave Asher, and everybody here on board the Ross Revenge, a very good evening. And don't forget to join us bright and early tomorrow morning at 6 with Nick Jackson and The Breakfast Show. Have a nice evening. Bye for now.
Live from the North Sea, where you'll always hear a better song, although it doesn't really count in this case. This is actually what we discovered in the record library last night. I don't know if you've heard it before, actually. It's the Singing Sheep and Bar Bar Black Sheep, and it's actually backed with Flock Around the Clock. And no, we're not going to play it all, goodness me. 14 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Yes, sensible music, I think. Here come Yes, owner of a Lonely Heart.
On 558 kilohertz, this is Radio Caroline. It's 22 minutes away from 6 now. Drive time with Jerry until 7 on Caroline. And at 7 o'clock, stay tuned for our Viewpoint programs with Roy Masters. What's it like to be a skateboard punk rocker? Neil, any ideas? No, I didn't think so. Skateboarding around the deck of the Ross Revenge. That's another story. Okay, here's the Animals back to the 60s on Caroline 558. This is the House of the Rising Sun. There he is. Wrapping up for drive time this Wednesday evening, there's Deacon Blue with Love and Regret. On behalf of the captain, crew and broadcast staff here on board the radio ship Ross Revenge, anchored in the international waters of the North Sea, this is Jerry Jones wishing you a peaceful night. And don't forget to make Radio Caroline part of your Thursday. We're back on the air with The Breakfast Show at 6 a.m. In a couple of minutes' time at 7 o'clock, it's Viewpoint, starting with Roy Masters.
Listening to the voice of evangelism broadcasting to Europe, Viewpoint. The address once again, Viewpoint. Don't forget the name of the program, care of BCM, Box 66, London, WC1.
That brings us to the end of programs from Viewpoint for this evening. Transmissions from Viewpoint resume tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock in the evening. Next transmissions here on 558 kilohertz is Caroline 558 at 6 a.m. in the morning. On behalf of everyone here on board the Ross Revenge, I'd like to wish you a very good night. Join us again at 6 a.m. Bye-bye.
We've come to the end of this evening's programmes from Viewpoint. Viewpoint returns tomorrow evening on 558 at 7:30.
Past 9, Caroline 558. Jerry wishing you a very good Saturday morning here till 11 o'clock. A song from Johnny Hates Jazz now on 558. This is Shattered Dreams.
Caroline 558 on a Sunday afternoon, 4 minutes after 2 o'clock. Neil Gates here at Little 3, then it's Peter Chicago all the way to till 6:45 this evening. Back a couple of months now with the Lightning Seeds. This is Pure.
Programs from Caroline resume at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock actually in the morning, so please join us then. I'm going to leave you with the Pretenders.
Starting shortly, this evening's programmes from Viewpoint. In a moment at 6:45, it's the British Israel Foundation. 7 o'clock, Wings of Healing. 7:45, the Faithway Baptist Hour. At 8:15, the Christ Gospel broadcast. And at 9:15, the Family Bible Hour. The time on 558 kilohertz is 6:45.
Good evening. evening and welcome to this evening's programmes from Viewpoint, the voice of evangelism in Europe.
I was going to make a cup of coffee during that record and totally forgot. The Doors on Caroline 558, and that's Light My Fire, 9 minutes to 6 now. Hello to Sarah Louise, even, from Nick. Hi, Sarah Louise. I can't even say it tonight, can I? Hello to you, that's Sarah Louise from Nick. There you are, got it out in the end, pardon the expression. Also, hi to Simon and Liz as well. Song for you from Chris Rea. And that's Transmission End. Fine look at the weather for you tonight. Wet and windy, I'm afraid, with a low of around 8 degrees Celsius. The winds are southwesterly and strong. The sea at the South Falls Head is rough, and the visibility is good. The outlook for tomorrow, wet and windy again, I'm afraid. On behalf of the captain, crew, and broadcast staff on board the radio ship Ross Revenge, anchored in the international waters of the North Sea, this is Jerry Jones wishing you a very peaceful Thursday night. And don't forget to rejoin Radio Caroline tomorrow. Our programmes commence at 7 a.m. with The Breakfast Show with Neil Gates. The time on 558 kilohertz is now 7 o'clock.
Good evening and welcome to this evening's programmes from Viewpoint, the voice of evangelism in Europe. Tonight's programmes start with Roy Masters.
Friday drive time, Jerry until 7 o'clock tonight, keeping you company here on 558 at 7. It's the start of our Viewpoint programmes this evening with Roy Masters from 7 until 8 o'clock. Here's a classic for you, Can Heat, and On the Road Again. There he is, Richard Marx, and one of those songs that didn't quite make it for him over here in the UK, that's Endless Summer Nights. Drive time with Jerry till 7, Viewpoint after 7 o'clock tonight with Roy Masters from 7 until 8. Here's Paul McCartney on Caroline and a song called This One. On behalf of the captain, crew, and broadcast staff on board the radio ship Ross Revenge, anchored in the international waters of the North Sea, this is Jerry Jones wishing you a very peaceful Friday night, and don't forget to rejoin Radio Caroline tomorrow. Go on, make us part of your weekend. I'll be back tomorrow morning bright and early at 7 o'clock with the Saturday Breakfast Show. So until then, I'll see you then. The time on 558 kilohertz is now 7 o'clock.
Good evening and welcome to this evening's programmes from Viewpoint, the voice of evangelism in Europe. Tonight's programmes start with Roy Masters.
With the time coming up to 7 o'clock, programmes from Caroline 558 are coming to a close. We shall be back again at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Stand by for programmes from Viewpoint, starting with music presented by Jerry Jones.
I have a copy of the newest solar video merchandise list here, and I see that they have some brand new Caroline logo sweatshirts available, perfect for the approaching winter. They're in blue with the new logo on the left of the garment. It cost a mere $15.99, so if you want one of those, ask for medium or large and send a postal order or check to BCM Box 3044, London WC1N 3XX.
13 minutes away from 7 o'clock on Caroline 558. There we'll be leaving you for today, and I've got some very, very good news for you. We'll be back bright and early at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's with Neil Gates in the breakfast programme. Breakfast programme including news and travel information. And that's got to be good, huh? Here's a new song now from a new group. They're called FM, and it's called Bad Luck.
Of Caroline Rock Show starts on Saturday, November the 25th at the Corn Exchange, Bury St Edmunds. Come in out of the cold for a thrash metal evening featuring the band Sabat, appearing as part of their current UK tour. Sabat are supported by Eccentric and the popular local band Annihilated. As usual, the show starts at 8 and goes on until midnight. Admission is £5 on the door. Tell your friends that the Caroline Rock Show is back on Saturday, November the 25th at the Corn Exchange, Bury St Edmunds. Be sure to be there.
Yes, the Caroline Rock Show, definitely the place to be for a discerning music fan. And speaking about discerning music fans, well, I'm one myself, and I quite like this tune by Diana Ross. It's called Love Hangover. 8 minutes before 7 now on Caroline. Well, the time is now just approaching 7 o'clock, and that brings to an end today's broadcasting from Caroline 558. We will be back on the air at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning with Neil Gates and the breakfast programme. Until then, on behalf of the captain, the crew and the broadcast staff here on board the Ross Revenge, I'd like to wish you a very good night. It's now 7 o'clock and time to join the programmes of Viewpoint 558.
Good evening and welcome to this evening's programmes from Viewpoint, the voice of evangelism in Europe. Tonight's programmes start with Roy Masters.
13 minutes past 8 in the morning, Caroline 558. Do you remember the summer of 1978? John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John, Summer Nights. Still here, Radio Caroline 558. 22 minutes past 8 in the morning, good morning. And once, long ago, there was a man called Mick Jones from The Clash, when he had hair. Now he's on his own with big audio dynamite. This is Contact.
Welcome Back concert in London on Wednesday, November the 22nd, and we know that you will want to attend. The venue is Busby's by the Astoria on Tottenham Court Road. The show starts at 8:30 and goes on until 3 a.m. with live bands on stage from 9 till 2. At this moment, the lineup stands as follows. From Bristol, it's the Sears. From London, the bands Drum and Crawling Kingsnakes. From Manchester, the Sub Davids. And from Ireland, the band Me. As the date approaches, we expect additional artists and various surprise guests to join this special event. Comparing the evening will be several well-known personalities that you know well and will be pleased to see. Tickets are £5 on the door for 5 hours of excellent entertainment at Busby's opposite Centre Point on Tottenham Court Road, Wednesday, November the 22nd.
Music in the next half hour from Wet Wet Wet, Swing Out Sister and Black Box. Caroline 558, 27 after 8 in the morning, and the news is next with Steve Conway. First, Elton John, I'm Still Standing. I'm Gavin Ford from 9 till 9, then it's Neil Gates at 9 with his morning programme. 12 minutes to 9 in the morning, and I'm Gavin Ford. And this is Bruce Springsteen. Born to run. The news at 9 is next, followed by Neil and his programme from 9 until 12 on Caroline 558. I'm Gavin Ford. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 5. Bye-bye.
On 558 kilohertz, this is Radio Caroline. It's 9 o'clock. I'm Steve Conway. Good morning.
Earth, air, water, the bounty of nature, now in a nutritional convenience food. Don Valley. To provide the vitamins, minerals, and fiber your body needs in a delicious, convenient form. Only with proper nutrition does the human body function properly. Only with proper nutrition is the human body output slim, strong, and energetic. And only one packet of Don Valley each day assures the human body of that proper nutrition. The balance of nature, earth, air, water. And now, Don Valley, nutritional convenience food.
On 558 kilohertz, this is Radio Caroline. It's 1 o'clock. I'm Steve Conway. Good afternoon. The next news in Caroline is this afternoon at 4. It's just approaching 7 o'clock. 558 continues in a moment with Viewpoint, but don't forget that Caroline continues at 10:15 right through the night.
Good evening and welcome to this evening's programmes from Viewpoint, the voice of evangelism in Europe. Tonight's programmes start with Roy Masters.
The foundation of human understanding.
I hope you enjoyed the program today. Today's speaker was Ernest O'Neill. If you're interested in receiving a written transcript of this talk or a cassette, please feel free to write. Write to Ernest O'Neill, care of VCM, Box 6082, London, WC1. That's Ernest O'Neill, O''Neill, care of BCM, Box 6082, London, WC1. This program has been brought to you by Ernest O'Neill of Christian Corps International, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA.
Please come to to the end of this evening's programmes from Viewpoint. Viewpoint returns tomorrow evening on 558 at 7 o'clock.
Music from the Average White Band, The Spirit of Love. Good evening, I'm Alex Lee here on the North Sea. We are now going 24 hours. This is Radio Caroline and we are alive and kicking. Here's Simple Minds.
You're the cutest thing I ever did see.
Indeed you are, Steve Miller. That's the Joker here on Caroline 558, 28 after 10. This is D-Mob. On 558 kHz, this is Radio Caroline. It's 6 o'clock. I'm Alex Lee. Good afternoon. And that's all your Caroline news for this evening. Next news tomorrow morning.
Emergency, paging Dr. B.
1965, that is, these boots are made for walking. Nancy Sinatra from those groovy 60s. Here's a girl, Michael Jackson's sister. She needs suction. Her bottom is so fat. Janet Jackson. Rhythm Nation at 7:45 on Caroline 558.
Hello, we're back. Remember us, this is Radio Caroline. We just left the air for a brief moment. No need to worry whatsoever. We are back, we are alive, and we are kicking. I'm Alex Lee with you until 6:45 this afternoon. Here's The Cure, Boys Don't Cry.
558. Very, very sorry for being off air all morning. It's due to a technical fault here. Actually, the generators went down earlier on this morning. The sea is very, very rough, and the chair's squeaking and moving around the floor. The records are just about staying on the turntable, which is quite good. From America, 9 minutes to 8. This is The Right Stuff, the new kids on the block. The 6 o'clock news. I'm Gavin Ford. That's it. The next Caroline 558 news will be tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.
Don't call me baby.
On 558 kHz, this is Radio Caroline.